up, y'all? Good Monday. Good to see y'all. Listen, y'all. If y'all don't know, this is TFG Tonight, and I'm your host, Mr. Haynes. And this is the best morning show that you can watch at night. Y'all listen, that's Devin, that's Lee, and that's Kenny.
I'm trying to be nice.
Black said we got two Americans.
Let's say to my brother Black, man, I think you could be a preacher. I ain't never heard somebody that use a curse word and then read a scripture right after.
So let me state for the record, I am a misogynist. You know,
Pull out the card, Doc. He's
and I'm a chauvinist as well. Anybody who knows me knows that.
That's right.
Now I can go back to minding my own business. Either that boy is Benjamin Button or somebody lying.
And listen, and that boy may be mentally 12, but he's 34.
You bad boy, you don't do it again.
I'll let Black articulate a little bit better than that.
Nope.
Okay.
Never mind.
It's good for the soul. It's like medicine, right?
Yeah, for real.
That's all I gotta say. I wish I had one of them applause buttons to, like it.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday.
What's up, y'all? We in the house and we are ready to party. So I'm not gonna mess around. I'm gonna bring the family on. I know Kenny is sharing, and I see Miss Curl on. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, good to see y'all. Hey, Miss Curl. Good evening.
What's up?
There he is always. He better start making some money too. So y'all better hold on, ladies.
Hey, shh, be quiet. Don't say that too.
Yes, I apologize. Miss Tori said, breaking news: Bishop Bling Bling Whitehead found okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess so. Y'all just know what he gonna do. Okay, stop talking. All right, hey, we in the building. It is Mondays. Ain't seen y'all in 7 days, but I'm excited. The whole family's here too, y'all, and we are beyond excited to be here. And I just want y'all to know that is a green screen in Sister's house, so don't even play. That ain't. She's over there at Holiday Inn somewhere, honey, having it up. But yeah. Thank you, TFG Sports. Always, thank you so much. Appreciate y'all and all the rest of y'all back there hiding. Hey, good to see y'all, but we gonna get started in this building. Y'all know how we do this thing. Before we get started, talking point tip jars. Y'all hear us say anything? I forgot to let it scroll, but that is at the bottom, scrolling to a theater near you. Please, by all means, show some love. What they say on Coming to America, we love the kind that jingle, but we really, really appreciate the kind. Come on,
yeah, for sure.
Yes, man. Shout out to Miss Jackson. All right, then. So let's go. Here we go. Woo! Y'all, we got a couple follow-ups I got to talk about real quick. So y'all remember that outage? Now, we had one with the phones, and then there was one with social media. Now, I didn't know it was out because I don't be on mine like that. So my kids, again, they go fussing about stuff ain't going right. But apparently they're saying this wasn't a problem. I don't know if I believe that. Sister, you believe what they said?
Like you, I didn't know until like someone told me because I don't know. I guess I'm at a certain age. I don't know. I don't give a damn. I don't know which one of them. But I really don't know what happened. I think that's where I'm confused. But it clearly I was just seeing people feeling like the end of the world was coming because they couldn't get on Facebook. I'm like, I don't know. Y'all tell me what happened. It just seemed weird to me. Like I just should I care? Because right now I don't.
Well, they said that the communication officer at Meta and X and all other social media companies, they were aware of the ongoing issue, and they said we're aware people are having trouble accessing our services. We are working on this now. The company itself are yet to share any official statements. Somewhat ironically, it has been on Meta's competitors, including X and Reddit, where people have been trying to figure out more information, but they've been real hush about it. So I'm just telling y'all should learn how to build these relationships with the folks that y'all know instead of trying to build one with folks y'all don't know. That's just my opinion, but I don't know. Black, Did it bother you any, or you didn't care?
It didn't bother me in a sense that it affected me.
Mm-hmm.
I am somewhat of a conspiracy theorist in this sense that
we're waiting on you.
It's awfully coincidental that blackout is happening all within this small window of right now. There's an active campaign to ban TikTok because China owns it.
Yeah.
You look at the election cycle is about to be brewing up, and we know that the new form of terrorism is not necessarily, warfare. It's information and technology. Mm-hmm. And I just think it's awfully odd that we're right as we about to head into another vicious political cycle, that all of these things, technology is coming under attack. And even Donald Trump, just even the other day, he says Twitter and Facebook is the devil, so it's awfully suspicious to me that these mediums are once again going to be at the forefront, especially when we consider AI is a real thing.
Yes.
It is going to play a major part in this election. The disinformation, I posted a story about how you got a picture of Donald Trump posing with the homeboys and got women around him, and it's not real.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think some of this has got to be connected. All these little bills that get slipped in and passed while we're focusing on the big picture, it's a lot going on in the background.
Yeah. So speaking of TikTok, Kenny, I know they're still trying to ban it, but the heat is, they're turning up the heat on this thing because, again, as Black is saying, this election is it's gonna be a booger, man. Like I think they really are lullabying us to sleep with like these little outages here and there, just to get folks to be like, oh, it's just one of them outages, and all of a sudden here you go. So I don't know what your thoughts, brother.
With me being probably the one on here that is probably more into the social media because of my content creations that I do, it actually didn't affect me. I wasn't on social media at the time, so I didn't even know what had happened because I logged in and all was good for me. But I would say this: I think with any type of, when you're dealing with computers and technical stuff, you're gonna have issues like this are gonna happen.
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen where at the Texas Department of Public Safety they had an issue. I want to say a couple of years ago where all their software went down. People couldn't even renew their driver's license. So I just think this is part of when you rely on computer and technology, you're gonna have issues like this. Now I know, like I said, I know Brother Black is a big conspiracy theorist. I get it. It's just ironic that things happen when they happen. But again, that's kind of like a car. You can have the most brand new car. And you know what? It's still man-made. It's still a machine. It'll break down. Yes, I don't care how new it is. So that's what you got to deal with computers and social media. Sometimes it's gonna break down.
Yeah. I really we need to get our kids back to understanding that everything around this world don't revolve around that internet, man. Because if it goes down, these kids gonna be looking like zombies for real. Don't know what to do, and so
adults too.
Well, that's the truth, but at least we should know better because we at least live life without internet at some point in time. But these kids have never done it. She said YouTube is messing up really bad, and Wednesday we will know if TikTok is going to be banned from the USA. All right, Miss Tori, we'll wait for you to let us know because you're always breaking the news. So we'll.
I don't need any of it to be banned because I'm trying to get that money. See, so y'all messing with my income. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't you do that. Listen, y'all think Denzel tore that hospital up. Wait till y'all take Kenny money.
Man, I'm gonna be throwing ish all over the doggone place. Lights, laptops, microphones, everything gonna be tore up.
Listen, if y'all know what I know, y'all better
just give it to him.
Better get that man his paper.
I know that's right.
Okay, all right. Y'all know I be having all these toys. I be playing with them. But okay, so listen, Florida.
Pause.
What?
You just said you have all these toys and you like playing with them. I just said pause.
No, well, hold on. Well, you all know me better than that. Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine.
I just want you to clear that up, brother.
No, hey, listen. Hey, for those
okay.
that know, they know. They be like, toys. He must mean
Okay, got you. All right.
Yes, sir. Well, if I'm playing, listen. What's that weird science? That's about the only toy I'll play with. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
No, I ain't
got you.
No, yeah. So yes, sir. So I'll clear it up. Thank you. Florida, Stop Woke Act. It has another name for it, but this is Ron DeSantis' baby. Individual Freedom Act. Apparently, the justice system don't like it. And again, I'm gonna say this: racism is not going away, y'all. But the problem is why racism was so prevalent and had so much teeth is because of the justice system. So if the justice system would do its job and stop these things from happening, then we won't have that. So again, I'm not going to applaud you for doing your job, judge, but I'm glad that you are stopping this from happening. Again, this is just a bump on the road. And if y'all don't know, this is the whole, I don't know if it's the whole gay agenda or if it's the taking the books or taking the racism out of the schools. I think it's all encompassing, if I'm being honest, but ultimately they've stopped it for right now. But I think it's going to end up coming back. And so y'all think if it passed, y'all think this is going to kind of spread into the other states?
That's my fear. Once again, we're focused on the main election where smaller bills get introduced and then they get to slide in and get passed. If you look at how things get done, when they pass a major spending bill, tucked in between is other little things that don't catch the headlines. So the big headline is we're giving $4 billion to help fight the war in Gaza, but in order to get the bipartisan support, well, you got to add this to it as well. And so what happens is you think about the Senate just passed the bill in Kentucky, a 101, where now fetuses are counted as persons, and that the baby in a woman's belly, she can sue for child support. And so it gets slid in. It has bipartisan support. It passed, and it's already somewhat enacted here in Georgia and in Utah. So that's my fear, is that even though the Supreme Court rejects it on a grand scale, once it gets introduced in those little hearings, now, well, let's vote on bill number 368, and it has a number and you don't know what it is.
Yeah. So apparently this was an appeals court, sister. And so again, I'm assuming they're going to take this all the way to the Supreme Court eventually. And so again, this is just the slow process of justice. But I mean, how you think this is going to end up getting up there? And we're going to see this end up there and in favor of those who don't support it?
I don't know. I think it just depends on which way, the closer we get to election, which way it sways. I just start noticing it's like the most popular party is the one who seems to have the most power. So it just depends on which way it go. But we also have to acknowledge that there's a lot of, I call them closeted racist, closeted homophobic people in the background who also run things, who, you know what I'm saying, and they don't say anything and they vote and they also make a difference. So it's just so hard to tell, but it's always eye-opening for me, kind of the way those things go. But I think it'll go far because I think enough people are passionate about it to be able to do that.
Yeah. Well, Kenny, I mean, ultimately, DeSantis doesn't agree, of course. And again, the only thing that their issue is that it's going against the First Amendment. Not that it's a problem with discrimination, anything like that. It's a First Amendment issue. All right, y'all. So again, go ahead, bro.
I don't understand that, but I want to piggyback off of Brother Black though. I do think that my concern is if this thing gets some legs and gets some steam and the state of Florida gets passed, these southern states, they're gonna follow right behind. You know how they do. Florida and Texas, them two states definitely.
Georgia
and Georgia right behind them. So that's my concern, is that these red states in the South are definitely going to jump on board with that. So I hope it doesn't go anywhere, but we just have to we have to get out and vote, man, and pray that we get these people out of office that we don't need in there anymore. So,
I'll just add at the end to what Sister Devin says, and it's amazing if you do your homework who sponsors these type of bills.
Oh yeah,
the one I was just telling you about, the senator in Kentucky. I'm saying his name, Whitney Westerfield, hands this off as baby shit. Don't even think he liked pussy. He probably like it the other way. So quite naturally, he's proposing this bill. Baby face, dick sucker, you.
Okay. Yes, sir. Well, again, y'all, we'll keep y'all posted and we'll follow up with y'all about all the rest of this stuff going on. Victoria said, I agree, Kenny. Hope it goes nowhere. How hot we are. Yeah.
Exactly. So, we know.
Yep. Yep. All right, y'all. Listen, I got a big conversation to have here in a few minutes, so I got to go and knock these segments out. And so I'm gonna bring my brother in pretty early this evening, but we're gonna get to it, sir. Come on, Kenny, give me them sports.
Well, we're gonna give it to you. I'm gonna try to get in and out of here, straight with no chaser, because I know we got a lot to talk about. But I gotta mention about the free agent the free agent NFL frenzies going on. We had a lot of movers and shakers happening. The big one, I think, that people was kind of shocked that Saquon Barkley, running back for the Giants, is staying in the NFC East. He is headed to Philly. He's going to the Eagles. Signed a nice little deal with them. And got to talk about Minnesota quarterback Kirk Cousins. You talking about a quarterback that has made probably $250 to $300 million in his career. He is leaving Minnesota and headed to Atlanta on a 4-year, $180 million deal. $100 million of that is guaranteed. Wow. So it's been a lot of going on. Oh, and I have to mention the Cowboys for Lady D down there. I got to mention Tony Pollard. He's taking his talents back home to Tennessee. He's signing a 3-year deal with the Titans, 3 years, $24 million. So the Cowboys, most likely, you heard it here first, I think they're going to sign Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry will end up a Dallas Cowboys when it's all said and done. That's just my opinion. And I got to mention Russell Wilson. He signed a 1-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Got to mention that. And just for the league minimum, but he'll be all right. So that's some of the NFL happenings. There's going to be some more going on this week. So it's some more moves and this and that. Now I'm gonna talk about a sport that Lee Black don't really like, but we're gonna talk about it today. We're talking about women's basketball. We're talking about women's basketball. We had an incident that happened in the SEC championship finals yesterday between South Carolina and LSU, and let me tell you, them girls was balling on yesterday. And I know Black said sports ain't ish, and he didn't have nothing to watch, but you missed a good one yesterday, Lee Black. Let me tell you. But the big thing is they had a little bit of a skirmish where 6 players were ejected from that game. 4 from South Carolina, 2 from LSU. But the kicker is the brother of LSU's Flau'jae Johnson. He was arrested and charged with assault and battery and disorderly conduct by the Greenville Police Department because when his sister got pushed down by the South Carolina forward Camelia Cardoso, he ran on the court. He jumped over the scores table. He ran on the court. He didn't hit no women, but he got in the middle of it. But in doing that, according to reports, he allegedly pushed down an SEC employee and stepped on her shoulders to get to the floor. So that's where we got the assault and battery and disorderly conduct. So
interesting.
I just want to get you guys' thoughts on this. Are they doing a little bit too much of arresting this brother on that? In your opinion, Lee Black, I'm gonna start with you, bro.
Absolutely. Them nappy head bitches, they wasn't even gonna be doing all of that, to be perfectly honest with you. First of all, that masculine energy is what turns me off, so that's why I don't watch the sport at all. I did look at the little brawl or whatever. Them hoes by the strongest men, so you know, they pushing and fighting. He was getting ready to jump on his sister. He did what he had to do. Now, the fact that they want to charge him for that, now, I get they have to do that to set the precedent because you can be running on the court, this, that. But of course, it's too much. But you have to make it excessive to prevent it from, to send us the signal that you can't have fans running out on the court. So I get why they're doing it. But if you ask me, are they doing too much? Absolutely. And that's the very reason why I don't watch these nappy-headed bitches, because, again, it's too much masculine energy for me.
I'm sick of that.
I kind of knew that was going to be his response, but I had to get his out the way first. Miss, the lady of the crew, Lady D, you played high school sports, didn't you? You played basketball? Didn't you play basketball?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
All right. So what would your reaction would have been if you was Flau'jae and your brother saw this happening? Would you have looked at him differently if he wouldn't have came out of the stands?
I think I would have been more angry with him if he came out on the stand. Right. I think it's a woman's sport. Everybody knows that things can get a little aggressive. And because it's a sport, if someone truly did her wrong, you know, they would be punished or get some type of flagrant foul. But then it goes too far and then things get muddied. And now he's got a assault charge for something that I think is BS, right? I don't think the charges will stick, but I think you have to show people that even if it was her mama or her daddy sitting out there, you can't run on the court and aggressively attack someone, because I think that would just make other people do it. Because let's be honest, these are regular smuggler people playing a sport.
Right.
And you just don't know who their family members are and what could happen. So I would like to think he'd have enough. Now you can sit in the stand, which is what I would do, and I'd call whoever pushed my sister or brother every name in the book except Child of God. But I'm not going to go out there because he could possibly be punished for my behavior because of, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I think charging him was a bit extreme, but you also have to teach people that behavior is not okay. And the charges probably won't stick either because of just all the commotion.
Yeah, I agree with you, Lady D, for sure, 100%. Brother Brent, I know you and I girl dads. I know your daughters played sports. As a dad sitting in the stands and you see this happening, what was your first thoughts when you saw this as a dad and you know your daughters play sports? And what would your reaction would have been if that was your daughter, the one being pushed, and the brother runs out on the court?
Yeah, and that's the point. What's up, Craig? Good to see you, man.
What up, Craig?
Yeah, that's the thing. When you go out there and it's other people's family out there, then I'm surprised nobody else. Now, had he touched him, I'm pretty sure that would have started a real ruckus.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I'll keep my cool. Again, I'll keep my cool when it's a one-on-one. But again, remember the brawl in Alabama. Nobody would have had an issue if the white dude was fighting the black dude, and okay, y'all just fight it out. Now you get whooped, But it was when y'all started coming in. So, dude, unless y'all gonna tell me that boy was gay, you know what I'm saying? Then then y'all take that a whole different place. But if he was a heterosexual man and somebody saw you finna go down there and do something they don't, then boy, you about to start. You could be charged with a riot. Then at that point. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. You got to be careful. Yeah, you right. I've seen some things, and listen, them parents get pretty rowdy out there. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is now, just make sure you're not, directing it at my child, because I'll come sit next to you. so that, no, you leave the court alone. You know what I'm saying? Unless something going down. So again, y'all didn't learn y'all lesson from run our test.
Yeah. I think again, I get it. He wanted to protect his sister, but I think his emotions just got the best of him, and that definitely was the wrong move. Because now, like Lady D say, now he's still in jail. Last I checked, he hasn't been able to bond out, so he's still in jail. Wow. So now he's in jail for what any probably brother would do for his sister, but this that was a college basketball game. This wasn't that type of where you had to protect it. So hopefully, yeah, like you say, Lady D, I don't think this charges will stick. At least I don't hope they will, but we'll see what happens on that. So again, that is my sports for the night, man. I will get in and out of here like last year. So back to you, Brent.
Yeah, now listen, hold on before you go. I want to bring up thank you. The Kansas City Chiefs. You know, you reported about them jokers loving their team that much. Now listen, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not willing to give up a pinky toe for no football team.
No, sir.
And you said this was the 4th coldest game. So apparently, so I mean, I'm gonna let the sportsman tell the story, then I'll interject my thoughts. Go ahead, tell them what happened to these people.
No, you guys remember back in January we had the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dolphins in a NFL playoff game. That was the wild card round, and that was the 4th coldest game in NFL history. I think it was negative 4 degrees at kickoff with a wind chill of negative 27. But you had some fans out there with no shirts on, barely had mittens on, doing tailgating. Well, a report came out last week that some of those Kansas City fans, at least 12 that we know of at this point, they are going to likely have to have amputations. They're going to have some fingers and some stuff amputated because of the frostbite. And then I'm glad we talking about this because Lady D, she's our residential nurse. Frostbite is nothing to play with, and the doctor said that when it's that type of temperatures, you definitely need to be bundled up and warm. But the last thing you need to be doing is not having your shirt on and doing all this other madness. Lady D, just tell how serious frostbite is and the effects of it.
It's worse than a burn. Because a burn can literally be surface level and they can do some skin grafts and take skin from here and there and place it there. But not only does frostbite just cause that, like necrosis or which is necrosis is death of like your fingertips and your toes and all that. But if you don't take care of it quickly, it can also turn into sepsis, and then you'd end up with a blood infection. And you can go from having just a toe removed to having a whole AKA, which is that your entire limb, which is above the knee amputation. Like, so it can get really bad. I mean, we literally still have people coming back to the hospital from Snowvid in Texas when they had that, they called it like Snowmageddon or whatever. Literally still have people coming back to the hospital, still getting chopped off at the bits just from the effects of that frostbite, which was against their will. And you done took your dumb ass outside and took your clothes off for a football team that don't care nothing about you to prove. Some people need to lose a toe or a finger here or there, earlobe or something, just so they can learn a dumbass lesson. Like, what is wrong with people? And I'm not gonna say what they probably look like, but I know what they probably look like.
We don't even fool with the water, let alone some ice. Good Lord.
And y'all know we tropical people. Hell, I'm just trying to wear some drawers and that's it. I ain't trying to be outside covered all up like that. But anyway, my bad. I didn't went down the rabbit hole.
I just don't know. You know, I can't think of not now event that I would go to that would put me in that type of jeopardy. Nothing.
No,
I mean,
nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
I wouldn't even stand outside for a brand new car for that. Nothing. I don't
and you know, MJ is my guy. Michael Jordan, he's my GOAT. But I damn sure ain't standing in no line, negative 27 degrees to get some new Jordans. Man, you must be out your mind. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, you crazy fool. So, all right, I listen. All we doing reporting the news and telling y'all that there's some really stupid people out there. Listen, life is hard now, but it's really hard when you're stupid. And I'm just telling you, man, I just, again, and you ain't getting no disability for that, stupid. So, again.
Nope. Not at all.
Anyway. All right. Thank you, sir, for your segment. I appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we talk really serious topics and conversations. And so I found this video and I found it interesting. And, you know, normally it's very hard for us to have conversations, although my brothers, we do a good job of talking through conversations. But when sister's here, I just really like to, and so I knew she's gonna be here all month, so I had to go and grab these videos right quick so we can have this conversation. Now, this is Nikki Giovanni, and oh my goodness, that man's name slipped my mind.
It slipped my mind too. I
What's
want to
his
say
boy
it's not
name?
Paul Robeson, but I can't remember his name. It slips my
Well,
mind.
as soon as I see him, okay. But when y'all see him, I can't. That's crazy. Ain't Dick Greg. Whatever. Y'all will see him. We'll remember his name is. But that was a conversation with Nikki and just watch and tell me. Y'all tell me so I need to mess with this man's name. But they had a conversation. I found it interesting, and the perspective was really interesting. And I just wanted us to talk about it. And so yeah, let's take a look at this video and then let's talk about it on the other side.
I love you. I can't lie to you.
Of course you can lie to me. And you will. If you love me and you're going off with Maddie someplace, you're lying to me. Because what the hell do I care about the truth? I care if you're there. What Billie Holiday say, hush now, don't explain.
All right, I accept that.
Of course you'll lie to me. Because I don't even want to care. What does the truth matter? And why are you going to be truthful with me when you lie to everybody else? You lied when you smiled at that cracker down the job, right? Lie to me, smile. Treat me the same way you would treat him.
I can't treat you the way I treat him.
You must. Because I've caught the frowns and the anger. He's happy with you. Of course he doesn't know you're unhappy. You grin at him all day long. You come home and I catch hell because I love you. I get least of you. I get the very minimum. And I'm saying, fake it with me. Is that too much of the black woman to ask of the black man?
Thank you, Carl. Yes, James Baldwin. Thank you so much. I appreciate
James Baldwin. Yeah.
Yes.
That was
okay. All right. So I'm gonna let sister go first because that was a lot. And I just want to have this conversation. I know everybody lied. We talked about that, right? We talked about again the compulsive and then the pathological, but that was an interesting perspective. And I wanted to know what you thought about that.
I don't like the word lie because I don't necessarily want you to lie to me because she was thinking maybe being more fake because you fake it at work, you fake in these people's face and skin and grin in their face, et cetera, et cetera. And what I think all she's saying is, and I agree, like, don't be out in the streets, skinning and grinning and being nice and whatever for everybody else, and then come home and unleash on me all your problems and take stuff out on me. Because I think we all do it because, especially the more safe we feel with the person, the more safe we feel with the person, the more we're comfortable being our authentic self and being a little rude or whatever. But you have to keep in mind these people's feelings. Just because they care about you doesn't mean all of a sudden now their feelings and things like that no longer matter. So you can be kind to me. You have to think of some other way to release frustrations. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you need to go mow the yard, go for a walk or whatever, but be polite to me. I tell everybody who meets me or who spends time with me who say I'm always so calm and nice. I said, no, I go out of my way. I make it a point to treat people the way I want to be treated. And I don't care who you are, a family, friend, stranger. And if you continue to treat me in a way other than the way I try, because even when you piss me off, I'm still going to respond to you and treat you the way I want you to respond to me. Now, if you keep disrespecting me, then I'm explaining to you why it stopped. But I go out of my way to do that, even with my spouse and my kids. You know what I'm saying? Just be kind to me because I'm never unkind to you.
Yes, and that's the thing about having conversation, because that's what I'm glad you brought up the point about being fake. They were talking about lying, but black is that what we should bring to the table, being fake with each other? Because Devin's right. If people are being their authentic self, that's a whole different conversation about why would you want some type of person that feel comfortable being disrespectful towards you. But again, does one really take value in somebody seeing them treat other people fake, but then they come in and say, well, I want you to be fake with me too, because I don't want you like that. What you think?
So while I agree with my sister 1000%, I just have a male perspective that differs on the word. I like the word lie. I prefer the word lie from a male's perspective, because for me, the word fake gives off a different connotation that I don't agree with. I think the people we love the most, we absolutely take for granted the most. That's human nature for whatever reason. It's not right, but we do it. You know what I'm saying? We tend to, with friends, and we let our guard down, as you said, because there's familiarity that what you know what I meant. So we feel like we can say something to them and we don't have to say it in a different way. Even as Black people, we put on our professional voice when we deal with white people and the others. Now, when it comes to relationship, the person that's closest to us, who will love us the most, we definitely tend to treat them differently. One of my favorite movies, a cultural iconic movie, Baby Boy, my favorite scene in the entire movie is she's back walking behind him. Jody, please tell me you didn't sleep with Yvette, blah, blah, blah. And he finally, after had enough, he turns to say, yes, Yvette, I lie to you. I tell them hoes the truth. And I love the context of that conversation in the sense that somebody that I love, I've always said some people prefer to live inside the lie. And they're comfortable living there with me not telling you that I'm going to go out here and do all the worst kind of nasty things to this person because I put you on a pedestal. Now, having said that, I love that conversation between the lady and James Baldwin because I agree with what she's saying, that if you're going to go out there and exert that type of energy and effort for others who don't love you, don't live with you, to see you in this positive light and you willing to put that effort in, don't bring home the negative energy with me because I actually love you. But I like the word lie because I think it's accurate in the sense that, yeah, I actually am going to lie to you in certain ways. And we do it all the time, sometimes in innocent lies. We talked about this last week. You know, hey, babe, you know, you like this outfit I got on? I make the outfit. But because I love you, yeah. Now in my head, I'm thinking something different. You know, you look like a boiled potato with a belt wrapped around it, but I may not say that, you know, and that's a small innocent lie. But then even with some big things, and I'm okay with you letting me live inside certain lies. I might not perform as well as I need to that night. Don't break me down, baby. If that's all you got, I need to live inside that lie. I like the word lie.
Okay. Okay. All right, cool. But Kenny, this is what I want to give to you because Black took the point I was going to ask you about, but I want to take it this way. I mean, I don't want to give a man an excuse that you go out here and work hard to be fake with other people, but then you come home and you vomit on me. And that's the same thing though here. For when we do go out here and work hard as men, we don't want to come home to World War II either. Right. So again, how do we balance this thing on both sides when it comes to, again, being authentic, but taking on the world, but then coming home trying to find peace? I know it's complex, but we just have a conversation.
Right. That is, Brenton, brother. That's a complex question that you're asking. Yeah. But I definitely get where Nikki Giovanni was coming from, but I would say the thing about that can confuse men in that scenario is women want us to always be honest. So when you say that you want me to be honest, so now I got to come home if I'm honestly not feeling worth a damn, or I feel like the world is on my neck. Now you telling me I need to suppress that and I need to smile and tap dance for you, even though I'm feeling like ish inside. So but I'm not disagreeing with the sister at all. I get that. But now you put men in a weird box where now we feel like, damn if I do, damn if I don't. So I just won't. And that's why you see a lot of men that just won't anymore.
That's a great point. Okay, but sister, let me ask you this because he said something. Is that true? Do women want men to be honest? And why then don't? That's the first one. But then secondly, if your answer is yes, well then why is it that the honesty that they have is frowned upon?
No one wants anyone to be honest all the time. Like if you ask the person if you want to be a fly on the wall on someone's private conversation, most people would say absolutely not. I don't want to know because words, you can't unring a bell. So there's certain things that you can say to me that no matter what you say to me afterward, it don't matter. All I remember is what you said.
Yep, right.
50 sentences ago. So to me, it's about just a mutual respect. If we know you have a job that you had a horrible day, maybe you warned me on the way home that you've had a horrible day, All right, babe. Let me get you a drink by the time you come in the house. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll fix this to eat, and you just go unwind and do your thing, whatever your thing may be. Take a bath. Like I said, go for a run. Just go off to yourself. I can't get mad about that. But if this is an everyday thing, we need to have a conversation. Like maybe it's time to quit your job if you got to come home every day and I'm mistreated. Maybe we need to do something different. Why do you feel so comfortable being so disrespectful to me? You know what I'm saying? But I don't want you to always be honest with me. Just like y'all don't want us to always be honest with you. When we say we want you to be honest, just tell the truth. We talking about something
big things.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Or where were you? Just be honest with me. Just tell me the truth. Now, we want to know. We want to know that, but we don't. Blanket. Okay. We don't want to know those private, personal things that you think about me. Like I don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? If just things like I say that you can't unhear. Like I hate your voice and
right.
Just being
like,
hateful.
There's a difference between being honest when it's necessary and being just mean or disrespectful.
Gotcha.
So
gotcha, Lady D.
So in this conversation, y'all, and again, that's why we are who we are, because we'll talk through it. And this is what I'm saying. That's why it's so important not to be immature in your relationship.
Yes.
Right.
Like that's the struggle with relationships, because y'all are immature and you think that you're going to find fulfillment in that person. No, that's a person that has gone through their own stuff. They got their own issues. They have their own lacks. So nobody's going to complete you. You got to complete yourself and then have a maturity to say, you must have had a bad day. Okay, but no, because you had a bad day. See, Nikki is saying, that's what Nikki is saying here. Well, don't come home and have a bad day, because I may have had a bad day and I don't want you to get. So we got to mature, y'all. And then we got to have some relationships that are giving other people an opportunity to see a difference. And that's the reality. It's complex because not every situation is cookie cutter.
Correct.
But the simplicity is grow up.
And lastly, I want to add, Sister D, it's about being able to articulate that too.
Yes.
Because on both sides of it, how many men are mature enough to be able to share the view we just said and get our point across without it being disrespectful, and to be willing to receive what Lady D said in that way. So, you know,
not many men.
Not many men. Right. And that's where we've lost the art of even conversation. All of us on this panel, we can get it. And I just hate that's what your whole thing on Black Love. Yeah. I hope we get to a point where we're opening up this dialogue where we talk to each other, because we can't read each other's minds. No. So if a woman said what she said to me, I hear you. Yeah. You know, but it has to be articulated, and then she hears where we're coming from. Yeah. And sometimes we don't do that.
But that's a maturation that we got to get to. And again, I'm gonna tell y'all this, ladies, y'all need to put them books down and stop watching them movies, because homeboy you saw in Love and Basketball, that ain't what you dating and married to. So, you know, you want him to talk like old boy and hug you like, well, you didn't marry that kind of guy. You married a beer drinking, minimum wage joker who's working at the Piggly Wiggly. So I'm sorry, it just don't work like that. So again, there's got to be some maturation here that y'all gotta hold on to it. So what you say, Carol? Once it's said, you can't take it back, and that's maturity.
That's true,
and discipline. So I just want you guys to know we got to bring these conversations back with these James Baldwins and these Nikki Giovanni's and just get these things back into these people's heads, because these were smart people, but we still have intelligent people today. We're just not. Now we have a platform to put it back out there again. So, all right. Well, thank y'all so much for that quick conversation, as quick as relatives. But listen, now, all right, this is near and dear to my heart. Now listen, my family, we don't all subscribe to the same thought process when it comes to this church stuff, right? But it got big enough, and I want to have this conversation. I don't know if y'all have seen this situation with him on the Breakfast Club, but Ty Tribbett, he's the gospel artist. Okay, yeah. So apparently he brought out this conversation Are you kidding me? Don't be calling me. That probably somebody want me to talk about it. I don't care. I'm talking about it anyway. I'm talking about it anyway. Everybody doesn't know the art of true conversation. I agree, Carol. Thank you. So Ty Tribbett was on Breakfast Club, and he made a statement, and he said, "The system of church is whack." Now the problem is a lot of the church, barkers heard him say the church is whack. But if you listen to him, he actually said the system in the church is whack. And again, this is my platform, and I can talk about whatever I want to talk about with it. So I want to talk about this now because here's a moment in time that's causing this situation to happen. And I don't know, Kenny, did you see it?
I didn't see the whole interview, but I saw the clips that caused the uproar. I did see the clip and his soundbite that he gave about the system and the church is in a mess. And I totally agree with him. I've been feeling like that. I've been feeling like that since I've been old enough to think for myself when it comes to church. I grew up churching. I grew up in Kojic. So I know. So I got it. So I know the system. And the system has been broken for some decades. And Ty Tribbett just shined the light on it with that soundbite. Again, people going to hear what they want to hear, but they don't want to hear the truth, especially church folks. Those that are filled, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost and speaking in all the tongues, they're the ones that don't want to hear the truth.
And you're right, man. And the reality is that the problem with what Ty did is, and here's some of the arguments that these people are having. Well, yeah, we know it, but why he got to go tell it to the world? Girl says people only hear what they want to hear.
That's why we got dysfunction in our community now, because we always want to keep everything a doggone secret.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody what's going on.
Again, I'm gonna have my little 30-second monologue when we get through this conversation. But Black, again, they trying to protect something as though the world don't see it no way. I mean, come from your position again.
Yeah, and I think that's that. Let me start here. So the microcosm conversation is what Black people do.
Mm-hmm.
For us, we're real big on keeping stuff in house. Many of us have grown up that what happens here stays here. We grew up under that moniker, and that has extended to the church. We've always protected the church. The church is sacred. It don't, even though we've seen gay pastors and leaders of the choir, and we are taught to ignore that, in favor of the message, and so the idea that he would put and lay out bare what anybody with the open eyes could see in common sense, but again, we're supposed to put our arms around it and not address it and act like it doesn't exist. So that is to me, on a micro level, what we see Black people do, and hence is what's gotten us in a lot of trouble, because we're waiting on the church to solve all of our ills when the church got its own bevy of problems. Now, on a greater scale, I'm saddened by what it's done, because it's dragged God into a conversation of what man has done. Because for me, from where I sit, there is a major difference in what God says in his word versus what we hear and what we practice. Those are two different things. Like I made the point on my show the other night, there's a big difference between being educated and being intelligent. So just because somebody read a scripture, but are they living it? Because in the scriptures, it actually tells us that the tree that's rotten should be basically done away with. But if you're going to pick off, sometimes it's just a little rotten fruit, but you don't get down to the root of what's causing that tree to be rotten, then you're, to Sister Devin's medical point, you lopping off the apple and the root can be rotten. And then you gotta lop off a branch here, lop off a branch there. Gangrene kicks into the tree here and there. So to me, why not cut the damn whole tree down and replant something that's going to grow fertile and fertile ground? But we don't do that. And what it's done to religion, not just Kojic, religion in general, because there is not a current religion you can think of that is not experiencing a migration away from it. Catholics, Jehovah's Witnesses, Baptists, Islam, they all. So that's why I am the way I am now. I find a problem with organized religion. So I've had to basically cultivate my own personal relationship with God. And believe it or not, as practiced a sinner as I am, I still have my own personal relationship with God, because religion, I think we need to tear the whole damn thing down.
Atwater, you come on here. You that's my people right there. You got something to say? You come on. Yeah, I know him. Yeah, a good guy. Sister, again, there's a problem with organized religion, and again, I don't know who in the world people thought Jesus was having the most problem with, but it sure wasn't them strangers. But again, they didn't call Ty a lie. They just said they wish that he wouldn't talk about it in the platform in which he talked about it. But come on, yes, sir. That's right. That's okay. We'll talk about it. Come on, go on, sister.
I think the more we talk about it, the better. I think they're afraid that if we start talking about it, we're gonna start bringing down, like they believe it encourages more people to shy away from the church. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the more over the years that people become quote unquote woke, a lot of people are going to shy away from the church. I hate speaking negatively on organized religion, because some people believe that I'm anti-God, or now all of a sudden I don't believe in God when I just strictly talk about organized religion. I've been having questions about religion before I was even an adult, but I was also the kid that got in trouble because I would raise my hand and say, how did Columbus discover all these places at the same time? And people were already there. So I've always been right. And that's going to ask a question. And just like the church, they tell you, you don't question stuff, like you don't question the education, you don't question God. And I'm like, but it don't make sense. If there was one Jesus, why do we need 497 churches in one community? Like, why is there not one church and one lead? Like, so I feel like we should start talking about the church. And if y'all go back to the church you went to, the church you knew of in your community, churches, if you start talking about the stuff that go on in them churches and the stuff that we preach about, then the people that are the biggest hypocrites, and I hate to say it, 9 times out of 10 is the pastor, all of that stuff will come crumbling down. Like, it's just, I don't get it. It's become a moneymaker, a tax-free moneymaker is what it is. And I just don't see why there's a problem for anybody to start bringing up problems with questioning the church. Because I think as long as you stress to people that you can be anti-organized religion and still believe in God and have a relationship with God, I don't see what the problem is, except for you may be preventing somebody from making money. Let's be honest. Or from being able to deceive people and gain something from a person.
It's funny that you use that term. It's also interesting if you think about this. The very thing that the scriptures compared our loyalty to God was to money. That was his comparisons. You can't serve 2 masters. One was him and the other one was money. So hold on, I'll leave that be. But I want to tell you this, because again, let me read Craig thing, because I got a little monologue I'm gonna give you. It says, just like not every person's belief is the same, not every church is the same. I agree, some churches have gone off track while others are in line with God. It makes the church look bad as a whole. All right, let me see. What do you say, Daryl? The 3 areas of life we were told not to discuss: money, religion, and politics. I could talk about that too, because the preacher. All right, okay, all right. And these are the areas, the 3 areas where we have the most problem. I agree. And Sister Carol says, I find that pastors preach their interpretations of the Bible, not what's in. Well, sister, I mean, listen. Okay, all right. Listen, I have too much to say, so I'm not going to take up everybody's time. And I'm just going to tell y'all what's quickly on my heart. The church has judged the world so much that here it is, and I'm asking y'all because y'all my family. When have you ever seen anyone audit themselves and they get down to the nitty gritty? The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, is that now Ty has given an opportunity for the world to do what the church has been doing to the world for decades, centuries, which is judge you. Right? You're being judged now because you've not done well in internal audits of yourself. That's your problem. Because if we let the church audit the church, well, the church won't find what's wrong with the church. Okay, right. So that now you getting upset because now you finna be given exactly what you've been given. You finna get what you've been given for all these years, which was point the fingers at the world and tell the world what the world was supposed to be doing. But now the world wants to audit your behaviors and how you're performing. Because see, the world is not living by the standards of Scripture. You are. But now that people are reading the Scriptures, they're saying, "Why are you acting like that?" Okay, listen, I got too much to say, so I'm gonna say one more thing and I'm gonna shut up about it. But this is a good conversation that we just may have to just have it on our own by itself. I'm gonna tell y'all this: Resurrection Sunday is coming, and as a person who reads my Bible, I'm gonna tell y'all what's so funny about this moment. If y'all don't know, everybody knows that resurrection Christ died for people. Everybody knows that, but I'm gonna tell y'all something else that got the Pharisees and the Sadducees upset. Jesus said, "I'm going to destroy the temple in 3 days." That's what he said. And the problem is that the people didn't, as Curl said, the people didn't hear what he said. And y'all know why he got mad? They got mad at him because they thought that he was going to destroy their buildings that they spent so many years erecting. And they got upset and they was ready to kill him. And here it is. If you go read Matthew 24, he said these buildings don't need to be up. They need to be torn down, ladies and gentlemen. And so how ironic is it that we are right back where we started, where y'all are celebrating resurrection in a building that wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. But y'all getting mad. But again, I got much to say about it, but I'm just letting y'all know now you don't like getting what you've been giving for all of these years. And I'm ready to have a conversation because that's the problem. I just showed y'all effective conversation just a segment ago. And y'all see it wasn't no argument. Okay. Right. So again, let's stop playing around and let's have conversation. But I know y'all don't want to have conversation because it will reveal that the master that you're serving is not the one that you're supposed to be serving. Because everybody gonna be all right until we start messing with that money.
Therein lies the problem. That conversation will never happen.
That's fine. Yeah. But you know what's going to happen? That's why I love the sovereignty of the God that I read about. Because it doesn't even matter what y'all don't want. It's about what's coming. Because I'll tell y'all this, if y'all want to know y'all Bible again, who judged the children of Israel in the Old Testament? It was the Babylonians, the outsiders. Now, did they take it too far? Yeah, they took it too far. But God used the outsiders. So y'all just be careful. When see, y'all be careful now. See that you have sown, all that judging. Now it's time to reap a little bit.
And I'm waiting on it all to be torn down. Even if I don't, my own person believe it, if I don't make it in, it's time for all this shit to go anyway.
So listen, on behalf of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ,
just give it to him. Like dang.
All right, sister. I got so much more to say, but I'll move on. All right, who business you getting in? I'm sorry. And the church of today exists for money. That's exactly right. That's organized religion. That's not family. All right. Sorry.
Y'all know I don't be trying to bother nobody. I just be sitting back doing my own thing, and then every now and then some foolery will cross my desk, and I'm scared to know Black's opinion. Actually. So I'm gonna leave him to last. But what I want to say is ex-basketball star Drea Michelle, who is 39, almost 40, announced that she is pregnant by NBA star Jalen Green, who is 22 years old. It's also my understanding that Drea also has a child around Jalen's age. Because she was a teenage mother, apparently.
Right.
So I'm trying not to be judgmental until y'all finish. Because y'all know. But I just want to know, do y'all see a little problem? Toria said her son is 18 and a legal adult. So there you go. I'll start with the nicest of the bunch. Kitty. Did you see this being a problem with this ex Instagram model turned basketball wives reality star having a baby with this 22-year-old young man? I'll call
him. By the laws of the land, I can honestly say I can't be mad at her. I mean, he's a 22-year-old man, so he's an adult. If she want to let him go to Pound Town, that is legal. So, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's a good look, but I do know her resume, and her resume is that she knows how to get impregnated by those that are from a profession of athletics. She has a child by former Dallas Cowboys cornerback Orlando Scandrick. So she picks her prey and she devours them, and she gets what she wants. She gets a baby. So do I have a problem with it? I think society made. You know, the thing is, I think she kind of reminds me of Jada Pinkett Smith in a way. In a way, but
you talking about August?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But women don't get the same type of looks, or they don't get ran through the mud when they date a younger man. Now, if that was the roles were reversed, you would think the whole world's about to come to the end if the man was 39 and the woman was 22 and he got her pregnant. So, but at the end of the day, Drea Michelle, she is who she is. She know how to get that paper. She know how to get that check. Hey, it is what it is.
Okay. Brenton, if your son was 22 and brought home a confessed reformed hoe who was 39 and said that she was pregnant by your 22-year-old, who you would still call your baby, let's be honest, would you have an issue with that? And if you knew her resume and how she likes the men with a check?
Yes, I would. Black, I'm gonna need to borrow one of them cards you got for just a second. With your male chauvinist, your woman,
misogynist.
Misogynist. Let me borrow one of them cards right quick. Yeah, no, yeah. Number one, you already gonna have a hard enough. Y'all watch Stella Got a Groove back. Y'all know how they gonna treat you. They gonna treat you like you their child. So no, that's I mean, I've and again, here's experience. I've been through that. I not that far in age, but I used to enjoy dating older women. And so, you know, one of the things that I really struggled with in those relationships were my number one, when we would go places and the dudes that are her age would still try to holler at her around me. So I'm having to go there with them. And then when she acting in one of them little moods she in, then she want all of a sudden I'm a boy. Well, I wasn't. Okay, anyway, don't tell them what's that. But again, I was doing man things when we was together. So again, you have to fight that. I would tell my son, you don't want to fight that battle, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially, again, we've already talked about how people are when they're comfortable with you, right? And so you're gonna get the ugliest of them. And if you enjoy having to always prove your manhood, because that's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to always prove yourself to this woman. You know what I'm saying? No, if that's something you're gonna enjoy doing week after week, you know what I'm saying? Right. Y'all, always trying to determine, man, I don't have to prove to you that I'm a man. And that's what I felt like I had doing, right? Then I was about to put that girl out of my car because I said, you slap me in the back of my head one more time, you're gonna walk wherever you're going. And I meant that. So no, that come with a different type of headache. So again, I'm already biased when it comes to age gaps. Again, yeah.
All right, Black, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to take sex
right, bro.
out of it. And let's just talk about the fact.
How can he?
Good luck with this one, Lady D.
Right.
That this man has, what I'm going to say, irresponsibly gotten this lady pregnant. If you think it's irresponsible, you may not. Do you think that they truly have enough in common to sustain a viable relationship while raising a kid, even though she has an 18-year-old and he's only 22?
Of course I don't. And I was, and you guys would be surprised where I was going to go with my take on this. I too have had a lot of experience dating older women, so I didn't have the same experience with Brenton. Mine was actually pleasant. Having said that, I look back on it, I didn't have the maturity that I thought I did. Of course, at the time when I was in it, I thought I did. So to answer your question, no. The truth of the matter is she has far too much life experience. She's been places and done things that he just is not equipped to deal with. I would even make the argument that a 22-year-old woman is far more mature than a 22-year-old man. You know,
I agree with that.
that's been my experience. And I even look at myself and I think of women. You think of a girl being 16 and a boy being 16. I think of where I was at in my life when I was 22 versus a woman at 22. They're 22-year-olds renting apartments, working. 22-year-old boys, they're on TikTok dancing with their friends. I don't think that they have, number one, enough in common. I don't think he has the maturity to be able to deal with just the relationship aspect of itself. You have a millionaire, 22-year-old young man who his own sexuality is in question. This is the same young man that's been caught on a couple of occasions, whether you want to call it rough housing or whatever. We could make an argument that he, in Kenny's words, he shot up the club to throw the sin off of the fact that he might like another side of it, you know, to be perfectly honest with you. Again, but that's his generation too, where the sexual fluidity is there, where she's more old school. So even if I took sex out of it, Lady D, no, he's not ready for the maturity of that. She has an 18-year-old son that could literally be playing ball with this guy as his friend. So it's not ready for that. Now, the bigger point to this is what Kenny said for me, is that the hypocrisy and the double standard is what bothered me about it. On its surface, I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. You know, it's every man's young fantasy to be with an older woman, and we can't deny she bad. She is nice looking. You know, I would stuff myself so deep in her head and tail, and raw dog and wouldn't come out until she made me come out. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And when I was 17, I was engaged to a 37-year-old. Evelyn Faye taught me things that no other woman has taught me. Yes, I'm using names. I'm going to use the last name. But Evelyn Faye, wherever you are, baby, I thank you. You grew me up in many ways. Now, the hypocrisy of it is, though, when you look at Drea, Keisha Cole, who had a baby with a young boy. J-Lo is notorious for dating young men. You even got Jada Pinkett Smith, who was with, a 17-year-old boy. And Kenny used the right word. He called her prey. Because when it's women doing it, they get a cute little term called cougar attached to their name. Right. But when we do it, we get predator.
Yes, sir. Same thing.
We get called predator behind it. And I just object to the hypocrisy of it all. But on its surface, he's grown. And free R. Kelly, because R. Kelly is locked up in jail right now, not because he molested a 14-year-old. More people than I were angry that he had 20-somethings living in an apartment here in Atlanta, and he was beating the living stuff off that muff. And I didn't have a problem with it then. I don't have a problem with it now that they're grown, not a 14-year-old. But again, when a woman does it, so that's why I reverse the cycle. I am a predator too, in the sense that you damn right. I catch them nasty filthy no goods out there, take advantage of them, because the shoe was on the other reverse. They do it too. But I don't have a problem with
it. Oh. Now I want to say, I definitely think he was prey. And Drea made a comment that bodies are like a credit score. After 7 years, they all fall off.
What?
So, but
That's
what
a
I
lie.
say is, you just like a car, you can't reverse the miles on an engine. The miles still there. So what happened is she put them almost 40 years of experience on that little old boy, and he didn't know what to do with it. And what she did was suck 18 years of child support out of his dumb ass.
Oh, girl. Oh, I didn't know what you was finna say. I didn't know what you was finna say.
18 years of child support. That's what she sucked out. I wasn't even going to talk about the other things. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Now,
thank you.
I didn't know about maybe he had problems with his sexuality. He had something to prove. But I thought that they taught these guys when they go into the NBA, become famous, that these women are going to come for him. And he kind of set himself up for that. Now, I'm gonna hip y'all up to some knowledge on us. Like, there ain't nothing I would have in common at 40 with talking to a 20-year-old. 22-year-old, I would get frustrated and annoyed with his ass. You know what I'm saying? I'd go tell him to make him a bowl of cereal and go play with my son. You know what I'm saying? For grown women like Drea, you use them boys just to do what you got to do, because let's be honest, sometimes, especially if your husband older, things get a little limp. You get tired of tugging and pulling and wishing on a star. So you go over there and you do what you got to do.
Tugging and pulling and wishing on a star. I gotta remember that.
Yeah, but you definitely don't let him shoot up your club like that. And if you do, you run to CVS and you get you a plan B. Drea is old enough to know that was strictly a check baby, and she aging out. You know what I'm saying? She ain't getting that many jobs. Don't nobody want to see her that much no more. So she needed to do what she got to do. And unfortunately, the outcome is a check baby. You know what I'm saying? And his dumb ass know that. I'm sure his mama done told him, his daddy done told him, his cousins done told him. But I'm telling you, she put that seasoned cooch on him and he didn't know what to do. He couldn't push her off of him. Bless his heart. But that's what happened when you're 20 and you let a 40-year-old come after you like that. You think you can't help yourself. And that's his dumb ass. But she is sort of like, she is a predator, and he was prey. But he also didn't run. He was a dumbass prey. He just laid there and fell on the ground. He didn't even try to get away from it. He knew what she was doing, and I hope it made him feel better. She gonna be with him for about a year, and she gonna say, you know what, we're not compatible. Let me go on about my business. And she gonna get her a man over 40 that she really like. But she gonna be all right, because he, just like Carol said, she just got her a little extra 401k. Dumbass. Right. Now I'm gonna go back to my own business.
Woo, wow. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that was very insightful. Yes. I'll just say for the record, I stumbled over my granddaddy. He was 97, and he was, listen, let's just say I hope the genes rub off, because he was still in there handling up the maid. So all right, sir. Yeah,
whatever, with a Viagra Sunday. Don't you let that man lie to you. No, he had a Viagra smoothie in there. He was drinking
Viagra wasn't out about at that time. I was young. I was proud to be a Lawson. I'm sorry. Anyway,
Pawpaw had that hammer. That's what you saying. Pawpaw had that hammer, huh?
He was bald. He was bald just like that white man on that yellow box too. Yes, sir. Arm and hammer. Yeah. So I think it's something wrong with these young dudes these days. I still have 25-year-old trying to holler at my old tail. I know that's right.
You know what, Miss? I don't think that's something wrong. I just
just
think a lot of older women are seasoned, man. I'll be honest with you, got doggone Angela Bassett. You telling me that she can't pull a 21 or 22-year-old as fine as she is? Come on. Some of y'all seasoned women, y'all fine. I ain't gonna even front. Some of y'all, I agree. Not all of you. Some of y'all are fine.
Let me tell you something, Toria. If your husband get a little too ill and he, y'all get an understanding, you better ask that little boy what his number is, because they don't talk about girlfriends and stuff like that. Your husband gonna be in a good mood, girl. He gonna be happy. He gonna tell you to go get your nails done again. Because every time you get your nails done, you come back happy. Your back gonna ache for a little while, but you'll be happy as hell. Y'all had the best marriage ever. Now, I would never do it. I'm faithful. I ain't gonna cheat on my. But listen, I don't know what your husband got going on, but you better quit writing off them young boys. You might need that one day, girl.
And I'm on the other end of that spectrum. I don't mind if she go get us something because I ain't gonna be carrying that ass around the room, and I ain't gonna be staying up past an hour either. If I can't one hit a quitter you in 30 minutes, you better go get it from somewhere else. Shit, I gotta go to sleep.
Oh, okay. How about we just do this?
This is a test. This is only a test.
Just tell them don't be like August Alsina and write a song about your ass later.
I'm sick of that.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this sounds like a Wednesday episode of
And
Real
August
Talk with
plays
Real
for
Men.
the other side too. Now,
Okay, all right.
Just give it to him.
Victoria. I'm kidding.
Oh,
Miss
Lord.
Victoria, I'm just playing. She love you.
Yeah,
She ain't
that's
gonna do
it.
that.
That's it. You better cut it out. That's right. Okay, all right. Listen, y'all heard him. We don't play that. Okay, all right. We got to move on here because I got one more. Man, we have had some really good conversations today. Thank y'all so much for this.
Man, it's always a hell of a show. Always.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Listen, and I got one more today. I just want to ask y'all really quickly. Chemistry. What is more important? Physical chemistry or emotional chemistry? That's funny. We've talked about pretty much all of it. But I guess I'm asking then here it is. What's more important to you? And I'm sure over time. So you just kind of maybe just gauging as a median from who you are when you're 20s to where we are today. You know, what would you then see? You know, you've gone through both sides. You understand what pleasure is on the physical side, and hopefully you've had euphoria there. And again, emotionally, what then would you say if you had to go back and do it all over again? What would be the most important now, as far as what type of chemistry do you want to have? Will one has to lack versus the other? There's no perfect person, so nobody's gonna have it all. And if you do, I got sand to say you at the beach because you're a fool. So, which one then you would desire to have more compatibility in, physical or emotional chemistry? Okay, Demi said emotional. Yep. All right, Kenny. I don't know where we're gonna go, so I'll start with you, and we'll work out where we go.
Man, this is a tough one that I wrestle with every day.
Okay.
Because look here, I'm not dead yet. I'm not 6 feet under. So
yes,
my thing is I want something that physically looks appealing to me, and that's gonna always be at the top of my list. So I can't honestly say I can choose one over the other, because if there's no physical chemistry, we're not even getting to the emotional chemistry. For me,
okay,
if there's no physical attraction from the jump, for me, we're not going to even make it to say we're not even making it to that spot.
But okay, so let's talk about some validity here, though. If you do have one of them physical monsters, but she got a mouth on her, and again,
well, then that's a wrap too. That's a wrap.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's
dealing with that.
Yeah,
No,
because again, she may get the staff to rise up, but again, that liver had that thing just going. Okay, all right.
No, that's a wrap.
Okay, well, all right. Okay, well, cool, sister.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I've learned about masculine versus feminine energy. For a lot of women, we could have physical chemistry and physical attraction, but you can say something dumb as hell, and we no longer want to be around you. We don't care what you look like. We'll take Shrek over something that looked good, but get on our damn nerves, right? But at the same time, with the men that I'll say I have encountered, some of them don't give a damn what you look like. I mean, what you act like. They only care what you look like. They will put up with all kind of trash because you look decent. You may, I mean, unless you're like over the top, like toxic or something like that. But y'all know there are a lot of men who will literally just take care of women just because they are physically attractive. But what men don't understand is that goes away after a while, unless you don't care. And you'll eventually just trade her in for something that's also attractive as well. But I feel like you have to have emotional chemistry in order for it to, for the long haul. If it's just something to do, it's a girlfriend for the moment, then yeah, physical means something. But if you don't have the emotional chemistry, that relationship is not going to get you through thick and thin. It's not going to get you through tragedy and trauma and loss of money and illness and anything like that if there's no emotional compatibility or emotional chemistry. Physical only gets you so far, and that's temporary, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. All right, brother.
Yeah, sis is spitting that wisdom, and I agree with 1,000%. But unlike my good side of the Capricorn, I'm the other side of that coin. As I've aged, emotional chemistry has become far more important to me, and that's because my options have shrunk. You know, brutally honest here. You caught me first moved to Atlanta, 9-10 years ago, and I'm 40 pounds lighter and not walking, not dealing with diabetes and shit like that. Probably physical more, but at this stage of my life, I'm more fearful about what's out there. I don't take as many chances sexually, but there was a time where looks didn't matter to me. So to Sister Devin's point, I didn't care what you look like, to be honest with you. That was, I just was about making a deposit in that furry bank. I didn't care whether she had teeth, or whether she was fat, thick, thin. I didn't need her face, so I didn't give a damn what she looked like, Many are ugly, but some of the best pussy come from the ugliest women. So, you got to face them, And so I never thought about that part of it. So as I've aged, now the emotional chemistry became a lot more important to me, especially now I have a lot more to lose. I'm a hell of a person to put up with now. So that person had, their tolerance had to be to put up with me and all the shit that goes along with, me being an older guy now, health issues and all this kind of stuff. So it's far more important now, the emotional chemistry, but having said that, Kenny has a good point. I still want to be attracted to the person in some respect too. I'm a fat man. I want a fat woman and shit, I can't even get hard looking at her, so that ain't gonna work, Now I'm not saying you have to bounce an ass off a quarter, and her titties can run down the sides a little bit, and her stomach could be a little bit balled up like homework. Yeah, I gotta be able to have something to look at, to get me at least to that point, So it's a complicated question.
Is it complicated, Doc?
It really is because let me clarify something before you go, Brendan. I don't want people to think that when I say I have to be physically attracted to a woman, that she has to be like fucking just like in shape and got an ass of a goddess and titties just perk up. No, there has to be something physically about her that I am attracted to. So she ain't got to be perfect. She just has to be perfect for me. That's all.
She just can't be falling apart like I'm gonna get you, sucker. I got it.
No, she can't be falling apart like a goddamn Sanford and Son truck. No, she can't be falling apart like that. No.
I got you. Well, what I want to say is, chemistry is a scientific word, and so it's not really, based on relationship. And so if you understand the scientific notations and all, you're just dealing with science, period. It's important that anytime you're dealing with chemicals, right, in chemistry, if you add too much of something to a formula, it can explode. Or if you don't have the balance, it will explode. And so hence the term chemistry for a relationship. There has to be a balance. I once was young, but now I'm old. I understand everything these men have said. But what I'm starting to learn is there's this shift in balance with women, because although it is emotional, and again, there's anomalies, there's one-offs and two-offs, there's this turn of the table where they've become more physical and the emotional thing, and then we want to feel the emotion where it didn't matter then. So again, it's just for conversation. I ain't saying I got I'm the relationship guru, but I'm just telling you what I'm noticing. You know what I'm saying? It's just in that moment. So you got to find a balance. Again, I go back to the conversation earlier. That's why maturity is important for the relationship, because how else can you have chemistry and the proper chemistry of balance unless you mature.
Right.
So again, what's more important? Balance. That's what's most important there is balance. So all right, y'all. Wow, we have just been killing the game today. I appreciate it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I have brought you all to the best part of the show that you all love to enjoy, and that's Lee Black, A Rose by Any Other Name.
Shakespeare. So I'll end the show on Shakespeare. Thou art a rose by any other name is still a rose. Okay, but in the spirit of great minds think alike, Sister D, Lady D, you talked about Drea Michelle, and I did a story on this last week when this first broke because she decided to announce her pregnancy, and I did a show on TFG Ratchet. And honestly, I was going to leave Drea Michelle alone because I've already covered that part of it until I start to see a little trend that's starting to happen. And I see they're trying to rewrite the narrative. When Drea Michelle announced her pregnancy, this is what she said, quote, "As women, we navigate through so much, often leading us to question, what is my purpose? For me, the magic lies in motherhood and the awe-inspiring ability to bring life into this world over the span of 2 decades. She went on to say that making babies and bringing another woman to the world, that is her superpower. Okay. I thought that was so special. Doja Cat, in case you don't know, she's deactivating her Instagram now because she says, quote, "Hey, I'm going to deactivate because I'm not really feeling this anymore. You guys take care of yourselves. I like coming here to find inspo and see people being creative, but I just feel like this is getting to be too much. The way I'm spoken to on here and treats me like make me having fucked up thoughts. I'm sorry. Please watch how you talk to and about people on the internet. Bye." Beautiful Haley Bailey hid her pregnancy, and she said, quote, "With the state of the world and the place it is in with men trying to force their will on our bodies, no one on social media and for damn sure no one on the planet was going to tell me what to do with my body or what to share with the world," as she has her child with DDG, whoever the hell he is. And even Sexy Red, the ratchet rapper, who is on her second child pregnancy, right after she came out with the song Pound Town and Ski. And so if you want to go to YouTube and see what Pound Town and Ski videos is all about, that will tell you everything that she's all about. And I could keep going. Deion Sanders' daughter, Deandra, she's having a miracle baby right now because Jacquees done shot the club up. Summer Walker's on multiple babies, and again, she's having one with the guy from the movie BMG. Kiki Wyatt has got 11 kids with 3 different marriages. I could keep going, folks. The truth of the matter is, on its surface, I don't have a problem with these women, but don't damn rewrite the history now. Don't make this out to be some beautiful, magical world where bringing children into the world is bringing hope to the world and all is right. When you a hoe, you just a hoe. And so a rose by any other names is still a rose. Thank you, hoes.
Not the rhyme.
You're doing that way.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Hey, man. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
All right. Listen, brother,
Okay.
we got a request to hear that ski.
That's what the video.
Wow.
You don't believe me? Go watch it.
No, I'm with you. It's just the fact that you said it.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, sir. Well, we sure appreciate that one. Listen, got the ladies giggling. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all so much. Wow. Listen, this has been very impactful for us today, especially for me. I can't wait to go back and listen to the replay. We put some nuggets on the table, you know what I'm saying? And so I hope that everybody enjoyed the show. As always, I have, and my family did a fantastic job representing. So, but it's final thoughts time, y'all, and I'm not gonna play around with it. We're gonna get in this thing and get on out of here. Madam, always, again, all that green screen back there behind you.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Looking great.
I'm telling you. Give me
Nice
a
green screen. I just want to talk about kind of just piggyback off the emotional versus the physical compatibility, because I don't think I made it clear that we want to be physically attracted to you in some way, shape, or form. It's just that what you may deem as physically attractive, women just do not deem that physically attractive. Like for instance, some women like dudes that are bigger. Some women like dudes that look like Albie Shore or darker. Like it just depends. So that of course there has to be some physical attraction because you're going to want to have sex. Let's just be honest. But I just need you to know that when you walk around here, young dudes, let me hip you, and you think just because you fine and you got it going on that you're gonna be able to get a woman strictly on your looks, that's a lie. You can get a Drea because she gonna take your dumb ass to the bank because she gonna get pregnant by you, and then you gonna owe her thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But just start learning how to bring something to the table other than just your looks and your penis, because penises are a dime a dozen. Let me just be honest with you. It's just really not that serious. You need to, at some point, because I heard, I think it was Mike Epps make a statement about it. Before he dies, he wants to learn how to treat a woman better. And I may make that my whatever next segment because it kind of pissed me off because he's a dumbass. He's married, he embarrassed his wife on social media.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is, you need to start treating women right, because I love the term black love, but I kind of dislike it because they makes it seem like black love is something that's far-fetched and that's not a norm. You know what I'm saying? It should be normal for black people to have love and to treat each other right and to be in healthy relationships and things like that. I just hate for it to be something that people strive for. I want it to become a normalcy. And the only way for it to become a normalcy is people have to learn how to start treating each other right, having conversations that mean something. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know where that starts. I don't know if that starts with men teaching their sons, women teaching their daughters, social media being banned from TikTok and things like that. I don't know. But let's just start learning how to both be healthy parties in relationships so that you can get a healthy partner and not be used for being a dumbass. That's it.
Thank you. To your point, we don't normally interject in the final thoughts, but I just think it just needs to start somewhere intentionally positive. Just make something positive out of the next opportunity. That's it. I mean, we can't swallow the elephant whole by itself. So thank you, ma'am. I sure appreciate that. My brother, always enjoyed you, man. Let me hear from you.
Always. Make sure y'all know I'm gonna do my thing. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share the show, TFG Tonight. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to it. Make sure you follow my guy Lee Black. You subscribe to his show, TFG Tonight, Real Talk for Real Men. Make sure you subscribe to TFG Sports Media, Kendrick Sports Hustle on YouTube. Our Lady D, she be in the bushes. Don't know where she at, but you can come find her here every Monday night with us. And I want to kind of piggyback off of Lady D, man. I really enjoyed the quick conversation segment, Brother Brenton, with Nikki Giovanni, James Baldwin. I think that's a start. We were talking about where can we have these conversations for when we talking about love, especially from a black perspective, like Miss Lady D saying we need to make that normal. And I think that conversation that you showed tonight showed that's where we start. That was, to me, a positive conversation. That was a positive clip showing a black man and a black woman talking about different things. And I think that's where we start with that. So I definitely love that. And then obviously the Black Love series, the chemistry, I'm digging that. You know, I'm all about that. And Lady D, I heard you. You say y'all want to be attracted to us too. So I'm talking to my men. Y'all get y'all game up. Y'all throw them raggedy ass boxes away. Y'all throw them holy ass goddamn t-shirts away. Y'all make sure y'all wearing nice and y'all got your nice cologne. Y'all make sure y'all doing all that so y'all woman still want to be attracted to you as well. It ain't all on the women. It's on us too, black men. So let's take care of our business. And last but certainly not least, I'm a girl dad, just like my man Brenton, and I can't leave this show without saying happy born day to my only daughter, my baby girl. Her name is Candace, but I call her Pumpkin. Her mama called her baby girl. She's sandwiched in between two knucklehead brothers of hers. But today is her 29th trip around the sun. She turned 29 years old today. So I want to say, and she probably won't watch this because she don't do social media like that. But I want to tell my baby, happy born day. Your pops love you. And there's not a greater love than a man with a daughter. That's a different type of love that I can't even explain. So happy born day, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Please, most definitely. She has a great daddy. We can definitely speak that out. Yeah, she has a great dad. So, all right. I think Black Love Series next week is gonna be about hygiene because
oh, that's my topic.
Okay.
That's my topic. And I want to close out by speaking on behalf of the quiet minority. Like Brother Ken said, his daughter doesn't do social media, and so I don't want to end the show, with the last thought of me calling women hoes, although I love hoes. But in spirit of National Women's Month, I want to speak for the quiet majority because I truly believe with everything you guys said, there's far more of women out there that's not like that. And I'm not knocking these women per se, but when I look at my sisters, my nieces, my cousins, how you speak of your daughter and women like Devin, they're the real majority, but they don't get heard. The people oftentimes that speaking the loudest is the worst of the worst. The fact that we have a platform that we're able to broach topics like this and open the door to Pandora's box to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, I think it's truly doing a service out there because we're not yelling at the wind and screaming and raging against the sun, but we're having an articulate, intelligent conversation about things that matter. And there are far more decent, great, beautiful women that support the shows like this. There are no shows on TFG if it's not for the women. I've said that before. It is not the men that's supporting. I think the men that show up, don't get me wrong, but it is by far, I'm talking about to a greatest extent, it's the women that's showing up, that's driving the conversation, that's sharing the content, and that are bringing to the forefront the best of who we all are. So I love what you said, Sister D, because we do need to normalize Black love in the sense that this is not some obscure, entity that we are looking to find. It's everywhere. We're the product of Black love, to be honest with you. And we just got to talk it into existence more and not yell above the noise, but make it just as important. And so for my ladies out there in honor of National Women's Month, I truly, even with my big, fat, loud mouth talking about the hoes, this, that, and the other, I have to speak against them hoes because they're the ones making noise. But I appreciate you guys more than ever before. And so I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Now, again, it's the same man who want to free R. Kelly, but he want to mute the.
Yes. Only if people understand my views, what Rob has done. But again, if you're going to lock him up, lock up his wife, lock his wife up, lock up all of the people that knew what was happening and sat by and let it happen. If you're going to do that, lock them all up then. Don't tell me Michael Jackson was a molester and then you sat there. Now the man is dead and gone. And I knew this, I knew that. Lock them all up. Be fair.
Yes, sir. No. Yes, sir. I know your views. I'm not going I'm sorry. You want to trigger Lee? Start talking about Robert Kelly. No, I'm just playing. Listen, again, I cannot stress how much I enjoy spending time with you all. Again, thank y'all for giving me the space to talk about these church folks. Because I'll be chomping at the bit, y'all. My thumbs be burning, and I just shut up.
I know they do.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Listen, I got a quick question for you. What is most important? How you start or how you finish, and why? What's most important? How you start or how you finish?
How you finish? Because I would assume you start with a goal.
Okay, and you end with the outcome. Okay, I like that. Yeah. All right, brothers. Which one's most important? How you start or how you finish?
I love your thought, but I could go either way, because if you start out going crooked, you never make it to your destination anyway.
You know what? You always be trying to get in my phone. I know you be trying. That's right. No, that's why I don't show it to them, y'all. If y'all don't know, I do not show them this video.
No, we don't see it beforehand.
Y'all get a straight reaction, but he be trying to figure my stuff out. All right, kid, come on.
I think is well. First of all, you got to get started to even finish.
Yes.
So I think it's most important how you finish, because the start might be a little rocky, but it's how you finish is most important.
You know, it's interesting you say that, because these generations after us, they don't start nothing. So they don't even finish. So again, yeah. All right. So again, that's good. What you say, Miss? I know, Miss Tori. Yes, just continue to lift me up.
She said, "Oh, Lord, here it comes."
All right. So listen, I asked, they spoken. I think all y'all said the finish is the most important. Okay, check it out. Check it out.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And he was 90.
Oh my goodness!
I hope he had his bill in order.
How in the hell?
That's you know what?
No way.
That's man.
No.
You know, I can't even laugh at that.
Okay, I apologize. I'm sorry. Y'all know. Listen, if y'all think Lee is bad, I'm just as worse when it comes to these videos. So y'all just again.
Was this a paraplegic contest or something?
Oh
no, I'm not trying to be. I'm just asking.
I don't know. No, his legs look like they work. No, so again, y'all know my algorithm is horrible if I get all these videos.
No,
well, we already know. That's what I was thinking. I've been thinking that. I'm like, what the hell brings down this algorithm when he get all these videos? God damn.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so listen, I'm not gonna argue which one is more important, where you started, you finish. Just know if you finish just as quick as you started, just know that you ain't doing no good anyway. No, so listen, at least get put some distance in between how you start and how you finish. Just don't start as quickly as you go in, because you ain't getting nowhere in life like that. But he's 97, so he lived a good life. And
okay, well, I give him that. He's 97. Wow. We give him that.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, he did a good job. All right, y'all. Listen, sister said we're here all month. So that's Devin, that's Kenny, and that's Lee. And we're gonna see y'all on Monday. Peace.
Peace out.